And this is officially the last video of 2024, and it's going to be a full walkthrough video of our latest update for 12. We have released it about 4 days ago, and some of you were extremely quick of reporting what was broken in that update and what we have to fix. A few more things needs to be addressed, and this is why I'm doing this video right now. So starting from the top, let's go over a few of the reports that you guys sent us, and I'm going to try to think of all of them that I can remember. So one of them was the newly added blind spot split for the LED strip. As you know, we have a feature where when you turn on your turn signal, your blind spot splits into two different positions, indicating in which direction you're going. And if there's a car coming from that side, this side of the strip is going to turn red. A lot of you sent two main requests. One of them was, I have downloaded the latest app version and the Commander version, but the light strip doesn't change its position. It all blinks the same, like there's no split. Well, this is because you need to read the release notes. In there, we have explained that your Tesla needs to be on version 2024.44 or over. So if your car does not have this update yet, this means that your light strip is gonna flash as one solid unit, and our feature cannot split it until you get to that version. Don't worry, I know that there's few countries that you don't have this version yet, but I'm pretty sure Tesla is gonna push it anytime now. And the second thing that a lot of you have complained about was that the split is not centered. Well, if you look from this point right here, so the driver's side, it looks pretty even. However, if you go from this side right here, you can officially see that the right side is way shorter than the left one. Now, this does not come from us. Tesla has made their light strip in this way, and we believe that they've done it so when the driver sits here, it looks exactly even between both sides. Because if they had to move it, it will be right here. So it kind of gonna look awkward for the person that's driving, which you're the main person in this position. However, I totally understand that when you sit in the back or in the side, on the right side, you see that the split is not that great looking. Sorry guys, there's nothing we can do about this. This is how it's made. And it's not a big deal. You're going to get used to it. But since a lot of you are saying, I do not like the way it doesn't match, we're going to make a new update where we're going to bring back the old logic from 2 updates ago, where the whole strip flashes together, including the passenger seats at the back. We've made this split so only you as a driver are aware what's going on. We believe that the passengers at the back are, you don't have to bother them with what's happening on the road. But since many of you do not like this, we're going to make it custom, so you're going to be able to choose if you want it to be split or not at the back as well. And another thing I want to talk about the light strip is the newly added feature by us, which is the brightness control of it, which is right here. So let me demonstrate you how this works. So if you go inside the Tesla settings and you lower the brightness of the LED strip, so right now I'm increasing it and decreasing it, I can set it through the buttons or the app or the knob to go on 100% of brightness or any other knob I choose from the app. So when I press on it, there you go, the brightness level went on 100. However, inside your Tesla, it still says that it's on the minimum. And when you start driving, let's say right now it's a cloudy day, but if I go through a tunnel where it's even darker than here, the car is going to override this brightness level that I have set through my buttons, and it's going to drop down in a lower state. Now, we know about this issue. We try not to override it completely, so your car still have some control over your strip, but through your comments, we see that you prefer to control it more through our products. That's why we're going to increase the offset of our Commander and the car and the way they communicate. So with the next update that's going to drop in a few minutes, it should perform even better. But you can always go down in the comments and tell us, what do you want most? Would you like your car to adjust the brightness based on the conditions outside, or you prefer to adjust them yourself via our products? Your opinion is going to be the deciding factor how we're going to do this feature. Since I'm listening it right now in the Highland, I can show you that we've added the rear camera control option for the knob, for the buttons, and the app, obviously. So right now when I press the button here, the rear view cameras are on, and obviously I can toggle them off. Many of you are gonna say you don't see the point of it. Trust me, if you drive a Highland, you're gonna understand. If holding your hands just like this, there's no physical way I'm gonna touch the button on the steering wheel, so I have to always reach over, which is a little bit annoying. So I believe with our button, a lot of you are gonna feel much more comfortable. If you use this feature a lot, you can place a button right here behind the steering wheel and just toggle it every single time. Now, in the last few minutes of the release date of this update, we were able to make it work on the Model S and X. So you guys are also going to be able to enjoy this feature. However, if you own a older model, let's say built between 2018 and 2023, unfortunately, we are not still able to control your cameras, but we are working on this and hopefully one day we're going to be able to make it. Another feature we added, which is actually going to work on every model, is the strobe lights. So basically when I press this button right here, my high beams are flashing multiple times. Let me show you right here. There you go. It's pretty cool because I can go inside the app and I can choose the amount of flashes, which is great for people who are hugging the left lane all the time. Again, guys, this is going to work for all of you. And I seen down in the comments that you've been asking us, can you add this to the knob as well? Yes. So of course we're going to add everything to the knob as well. It's hard for a small team as ours to always work on two different products at the same time and reach the same amount of feature in 4 weeks. This is exactly how many weeks we had to make this update. So what else we have? We have a lot of new data. So right now I actually pulled one new stat that we took from the BMS, and it's the total kilowatt hours of regen that the car got since the day it was bought, which is 1,477 kilowatt hours, which is a great number to see. I didn't expect that, but it's going to be great to see some tests with it. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you are going to start creating some spreadsheets and try to see if there's any correlation between cold weather and uphill, downhill rides and stuff like this, because we love to see how geeky you guys get and all the statistics you bring through our app. So we would love to see what else can we do with that feature. But yeah, check out the features inside the app. What you just need to do is go inside, press the statistics button, and look how many of them we have added with this update, and obviously more are gonna follow. One big thing that we have made to this update is the knob custom submenus. So as you've seen, the knob is pretty straightforward. You have 5 different pages. Right now I have 3, and by rotating it, you go from page to page, and on each page you choose which action is going to be executed with the buttons right here. But few updates ago we have introduced submenus, which are a whole new menu of features that you can reach just by pressing one button. However, you said, why do you do it? So we have to remember what's inside this menu. Why don't you just make it custom? And this is what we did. So right now, if you go inside the knob tab, which is right here on the bottom, and let's say I'm on page number 3, I want to make this feature right here to be a submenu. So what I have to do is go into the settings of the features. There's others. I scroll all the way down, and bam, there is a custom submenu. So after I save it, I can go and customize what's going to be inside. Say I want to add some interesting features that I'm going to be using while I'm driving. So since I'm right now in a Model 3 Highland, I want to program it so my top left button right here is going to be for drive, simulating the swipe of the steering wheel. So let's say I'm going to go into drive. I'm going to scroll down, gear, and look at this. Right now I have a menu where I can select which action is going to be triggered when I push this button. So let's say I'm going to go into drive, and I'm going to save this action right here. And while I'm here, actually, since the knob right now shows that I have a little star for the submenu, but star doesn't mean anything for me, I can choose this icon to be the icon that's going to show for the submenu right here. So what I have to do is go down here and press on this button, use this icon for the submenu. When I do this, right now the star turned into D. So let's say here I want to set a reverse button or reverse action. So I go into gear, I press in reverse, and there you have it. So right now, when I go into this submenu, I have drive and reverse. So let's see what's going to happen. I press on the brake, I press on the first one, I'm in drive, I press on the second one, I'm in reverse. There you have it. It's super simple. You can assign any different actions. So what I'm going to do probably here for my submenu is add a cruise control and autopilot the same way, so I can toggle it easier. And in the middle, I'm going to probably use a feature that I'm often using, let's say on autopilot, maybe like the music. Let's put the music action right here. So I'm going to go into volume, set it here. And now when I go to the submenu, the volume is right here, so I don't have to press the knob down to enter into the feature anymore. Since I'm in the submenu, I only need to go straight forward and rotate the dial, and the feature is going to be activated, just like this. It's that simple. So remember, when you are inside the submenu, the dial doesn't act like a button, so you don't have to press it. The dial acts like a dial, so you have to rotate it to activate the feature. That's why I'm going to always recommend to put the middle action to be a feature that has multiple levels, like the temperature, like changing the gears also, or anything you can think of. Again, it's fully customizable, so go and check it out. By the way, some people ask why I cannot make it so the knob never goes back into the home page. So the home menu is going to be this one right here. So when I go inside the submenu, I want to stay inside the submenu, and that's pretty easy, guys. So right now, this is my submenu icon. And right here, I choose what should happen after I enter this feature. So if I want to make it so in 3 seconds, it goes back into the home page, I just choose 3. If I choose never, it never goes back. And that's how simple it is. So go check it out. I'm pretty sure a lot of you are going to find this feature extremely useful because it gives you total control of your knob, and that way you don't have to look down that often. Let's go over, by the way, if you want to check all the features available, always make sure that when you go inside and you download a new app, you just look what's new by looking for the blue dots. So right now, let's say when you go into autopilot, there's an autopilot max feature added for the Highland. It's doing better, but we're going to fix it pretty soon. When you go to seat adjustment, you can see that there's left and right seat profiles, and you're gonna say, but this is not a new feature, it's been added 2 updates ago. You're absolutely right, but with this update we made it so you can take this feature outside of a submenu and use it individually on the knob. Let me show you what I mean. So before, when you go here, this was a whole set of a submenu which you need to enter and choose which profile you want to control with your buttons. But a lot of you were, I do not need all my 4 profiles to be controlled here. I just need 1 profile for, let's say, just for my wife. So what I do is I choose at what position my seat needs to be, and I just store this profile right here, save. And now on the icon on the first page, I'm gonna have seat profile number 1. And every time I press it, the seat is going to move forward or backward depending where I have stored it. We have been splitting the controls so you have more features to play around with. But yeah, go inside the app, look for the blue dot, read what new feature they have been added, and always make sure to go over the description of the feature, because sometimes there's some requirements that you need to follow, otherwise the feature is not going to work for you. Now let's go over the commander. There are a couple new things added. One of them is going to be the daytime running lights, the DRLs. This is a feature that the Nordic countries asked last year, and we have made it for them. It had some issues on some models. There was some flickering going on. That's why we removed this feature, because we were getting emails every single day. Why is this flickering? Why is this flickering? The problem is this: we are writing a code that needs to control a certain feature of your car. However, the car sometimes wants always to be in auto, and it doesn't give us the access to that feature to have full control of it. So we're fighting with the auto setting. And the DRLs is one of those features. So that's why the car wants to set it back to auto, but we want to set it to on, and that's why there's some flickering going on. The problem is that this doesn't happen on every model. We cannot track why this happens, but we see that on some cars it doesn't happen at all. On some cars it flickers 1 in 7 minutes, actually some people reported, and on some which have a third-party tail lights, they flicker all the time. So basically what this feature is going to do for you is it's going to automatically turn on your rear parking lights every single time you jump inside your car, and it's just going to give you a little bit extra safety on the road. And I'm pretty sure in some countries this is actually it's illegal to drive without this on. So that's why I believe a lot of people want to use it. Another smart action or automation we've done is the door handle feature for unlocking the Chargeport. So we had this menu for a long time, but now we have expanded it by adding 2 more controls. Before, you were able to unlock your Chargeport by pulling your rear door handle for a few seconds, but some of you say, why do I have to open my rear door? Can I just do it with my front one? And this is what we've added to this update. So right now, when I activate this toggle right here, and I pull my door handle for, let's say, 4 seconds and just hold it, it's gonna unlock my Chargeport. Now, I know a lot of you are gonna say, why is this so useful? It's extremely useful, especially when you charge at home. Every time you have to pull out your phone and press on the unlock button, or go inside the car, go on charging, stop charging. It's annoying. It's just annoying. And this way, when you jump inside your car, you open your door by pulling the door handle. You just keep pulling it for another 2 or 3 seconds, and bam, your Chargeport is going to get unlocked. You pull out your cable, toss it inside the car, or just leave it on the charger and go do your business. So I believe this is going to be a feature that a lot of you are going to be happy to see. And if you have not tried it, because this is something very dear to us, and we're going to be expanding on this more and more. A few people are asking us, what's the difference between half press and long pull? Well, Tesla vehicles before 2021 had a different sensor for the door handles. So back then, when you had 2 states of the door handle action. When you pull it, the door was sending a signal when the handle was halfly pressed, and when you pull it more, it was sending a second signal. So we were able to capture the first signal and create an action from it. But after 2021, Tesla did some changes, optimizations, and the door handles now only have 1 signal, and this is only when you fully pull it. So that's why on the newer models after 2021, including the Highland, you need to use the long pull. And if your car is before that, you can use a half press. That way you don't have to open your door fully. And the last feature we have added is the rear vent control, which is a useful feature for those that have child seats, because the Tesla doesn't register that anybody sits there. And what you have to do is you have to go here, you have to go here, then you have to go here, then you have to swipe down, and it gets pretty annoying. Now you don't have to worry about this anymore. You can just go right here and enable this feature to be always on. Or if you have passengers at the back that, let's say, hate having the rear vents blowing at them, you can also set it to always off. That way they feel comfortable. Play around with this feature. I just want to point out that this does not reflect on the main screen of your Tesla. So let's say right now I'm going to put it on always on. You cannot hear it, but it's already blowing some air at the back. I can hear from the car. But right now, if I go here, it says that it's on. I am going to turn it off, but the air is still blowing. I can hear it because our action is overriding it. So the car is always going to blow some air in. Same thing on the back screen. You're not going to be able to see the difference. If I set it to always off, right now I hear that the vents are closing and the air stops blowing there. But on the rear screen, the view is going to be showing that there's some airflow still going on. Just ignore it. Always know that wherever it's being activated here, this is what's going to be happening. Yeah, this is pretty much it. I have one more thing to address that some of you reported, and this is for those who have Model S, and X. There are two features that are currently not working for them with this update. One of them is the suspension control. I guess we messed up something with this update. 2 updates ago, we've added an option where your car can go up and down just by pressing on the button, but we haven't touched this feature, to be honest. But with our latest update, about 4 or 5 people reported that the feature doesn't work for them. We are on the case. We're waiting for a Model S to come today so we can investigate what happened, and we're going to fix it. And the second thing that somebody reported, but I'm not sure if it's for all of you or it's a unique case, is the switch between chill and sport, or in that case, plate mode. We have an option for the S and X, so you can go straight from chill into plaid mode and vice versa. One person reported that this feature doesn't work since the last update. Again, we haven't touched anything, but maybe we messed up somewhere, so we're going to investigate and we're going to fix it very soon. Don't worry, we're not going to be waiting for a long time to push this action. Straight after New Year's, we're probably going to release another big update with bug fixes so all of you can enjoy the product. But this is pretty much it. I hope I cover everything. If I have missed something, sorry about this. Sorry for the long videos also. I'm trying to make them as detailed as I can so more people can understand how this product works. And if you have more questions, you know where to shoot them. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of 2024, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye.